Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Likely to kick it deep to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. This is a designed run. Kept it, and he's past the marker. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. Turns it on at midfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now on second down. On the option. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
They'll ride Davis here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Slings it downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. And that is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Got the first down and still on his feet. Oh, look out! The 20, inside the 10, and the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offense.
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bruins. And once he got loose, it was all over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here comes the option. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and with that, they take the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To go back to work on offense. And that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Give to the back. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Georgia going up tempo. Looking to throw for it. Got a man. It's Roberts. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Cochran. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what he catch it, big fella.
They'll try the run. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
The give to the left. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
On the move. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's got him this time. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player. And we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
Oh, he got loose. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA. You know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last kick.
Georgia, 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run the option. Got enough for the 1st. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. Goes to the option. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Nothing too exotic about that blitz right there. That's just the middle linebacker coming right up the middle of the field in the teeth of that offensive lineman. Nobody accounted for him, and he gets home.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On the option. Can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. They'll get to keep possession, but man, do they have a long way to go after that fumble threw them in reverse. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to...
Can anyone catch it? And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They'll leave it with him. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And that is so demoralizing for a defense. You played so well on first and second down, and then you have a breakdown on third. This defense has got to be better the next time they're faced in that situation.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Going for the big play. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown Bulldogs. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that...
He's off to the races. Quarterback gets the first down. At the 20. Touchdown, UCLA! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here comes the two-point try. They'll run the option. He makes his way into the end zone, and they've got a 2-point lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Man, I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the Dogs racing to the line in the hurry up. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football, early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. On the option. He'll pitch it. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. He now has 56 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. Leaves it with the running back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Coming to the line looking for that first down on third and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on fourth. Oh, what a grab by the defense.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Gets it out quickly. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line. Caught in the backfield. It's Otis. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Calls his own number. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
2nd down coming up. Handoff to the single back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, When you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Otis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The give to the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. The snap sets up to throw. And they get the sack right out of the gate. This Mike backer showing some versatility. Think he always just has to stay home and play the run? He's bringing the pass rush that time.
No, this ain't old school football anymore, Reese. These guys got to be so athletic, and you see them blitz and run games and all the different things they can do aside from making the calls and being the communicator on defense. These guys are as versatile as it gets.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And now the kicker's going to throw it. On the move, he fires. And that pass, not surprisingly, is incomplete. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bruins will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Look at this Bulldog offense. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Georgia comes quickly to the line. On second down, he's looking downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires to the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Touchdown, Georgia! They take the lead with the 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the returner will be brought down. UCLA will go back to work on offense. To the air on first down. Turns it loose deep. He's got it. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bruins!
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. The option look. He'll toss it. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to...
Racing down the left side. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Dogs!
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the 2nd level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And the Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up. Now on the option. Still running at the 40. He's loose. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
We didn't have to work very hard on that one. There was nobody in sight as he rips off a massive run.
Sort of a mark of excellence for any back is yards after contact. Well, yards before contact can be sort of a badge of honor for that O-line.
Yeah, let's give them some credit. They got tremendous push getting hats on hats. They made that easy.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys... whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish. doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for the whole length of the game.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? And it's picked off right at the goal line. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
And I don't care if I did it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the run, now to throw. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Roberts. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13.
Anytime you play this offense, the challenge is...
He lets one fly deep. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
With the score, Georgia 28, UCLA 24.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The Bruins want to crank the tempo. On the option. He'll do it himself. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The defense with the scoop and score. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking to throw. Fires to the right. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Here comes the option. And the Bruins get it past the sticks. From the 30-yard line on first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Plows through the defense. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
And that's good enough for the first down.
Wide out in motion. Touchdown, UCLA! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 7 in the end zone.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wyoming is ahead in this one, but there's still time on the clock, and unless Josh Allen puts on that Pokes uniform again, this could stay tight. They're up by 9 over Utah. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys,
This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Takes it the other way. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
All right, sense of urgency now has to go through the roof for this team. They needed their defense to come up with that turnover right there. So if you're on offense, you got to get these plays called. You got to get aggressive, take some shots, because you can now go and win this game.
Goes to the option. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Bruins in the hurry up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bruins. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Moving past the 25. Open runway ahead. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Quick toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback keeps it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll toss it. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. He's going to pass. He wants it all. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
He gets into the end zone for the 2, and that is big. It's now a 3-possession game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive. And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. He didn't really get too much